Hey, welcome back to After the Break with myself, J. Paul from the Window to the Wall. Real quick story, and for those that know me, know I have a whole lot of them, okay? But this right here, man, specifically is about patience. Patience. Years ago, back in the 90s, a question was posed to me by my late great-grandfather, Mr. Wilson P. Lowe Manuel, which his birthday is coming up on the 18th this week, too. He asked me one day as I was giving him some money, he said, what's the key to success in life? And I answered what any typical 15, 14, 50-year-old would do. I said, man, making money, taking care of your family, doing what you want to do when you want to do it, man. That's it, man. Getting money. And I had many different hustles going on. And one of them was illegal. And I had a spot of my own. And, it was right next door actually to the house. So, but myself and some of my guys in the neighborhood, we were doing our thing. And one particular day, I noticed detectives taking pictures of the house. So I backdoored, left, and I never looked back to avoid going to prison. By the grace of God, here I am. And all those years that stuck with me about the key to success and that patience word, because I had a real bad issue with patience. Like if I wanted something or if something happened or I see something, I would pivot, bam, I had to figure it out. Because unfortunately, my parents weren't mature enough to assist me if I ever needed help. I couldn't call and say, hey, man, I got this problem. I want to know what's the answer to this. I'm trying to figure this out. How do I do this? I had to figure it out on my own, just me and the Most High. And by the grace of God, the Holy Spirit led me, the ancestors led me, and navigated and protected me through my life. Now, like a lot of you all out there who may be listening, some of you that may be listening, since COVID, a lot of us have seen a financial decline, decrease in our finances, me being one of them. And last year was my worst year financially out of all my life, because I chose to slow down. I chose to slow down and live a peaceful life. I heard a message that was put on my timeline, on my Facebook timeline, by an old childhood friend, Herbert Perry, who's a minister now. And he spoke on seclusion, getting away from people and things and the crowd, getting away from the crowd so you can hear God and spend time with God. So all last year I had time to spend time with God, but I never really embraced it because I was still hustling. Times I'm figuring that I'll do whatever I got to do that's within my moral compass to make things happen for myself. Because once again, I don't have the parents to call on like some people. And, but I do have a God. And I also have the teachings from my elders in my community, which I grew up, and my aunts and uncles as well. And I've been forced and compelled to understand patience. And now at 45, I finally get it. Finally. From 14 to 15 to now, I finally get it at 45. After all these years, I understand what he means. Patience is the key. If you're going to pray for something, you got to be patient enough to wait on God to answer. Or patient enough to wait on God to handle it for you. If not, you're just going to get in the way. It's going to be a temporary fix. Especially if patience has always hindered you from receiving God's greatest gifts. Because although God has blessed me and opened doors for me last year, while I was in the bind, man, it led me to where I am right now, I still couldn't see it because I was still trying to do it on my own. I wasn't patient, wanted to make it happen. And you know what's crazy, man? As much as I tried to, he wouldn't allow it to happen for me last year. It just wouldn't happen. Now that I've finally done what Herb said in his sermon, embrace seclusion, being away from people, so that I can grow closer and hear God's voice, but also heed to his messages. Because he's shown me visions of my ancestors, my mother. Man, I'm talking about being touched by spirits of ancestors right here in this same room. I'm talking about many tears shed. Many tears shed. Even up until now, of gratitude. I was too busy focused on what I didn't have based on what I wanted to see, as opposed to seeing what I already had spiritually and what I already have in front of me that would compel me to give God glory and praise for what I got. And by the grace of God, I got more than I need. More than I need. Enough to even share. So with that, to anyone I've ever crossed paths with in the past, along my journey, by being in the mix of your life because I was emotional, moving off emotion. That's all it was, just moving off emotion. Because you're supposed to be a spiritual man while you're on that journey, while you're going through. Apologies to you. Some things have come back on me over the years, in the past years, not now, not recently, but years in the past, that showed me how my impatience can be detriment to my life. I'm talking about I've been shot at while at work because of stuff I did for being impatient. Yeah, on a job. Yeah. Because it can come back. Because like they say, what's done in the dark come to the light. Yeah, that really happens. Trust me. Check my war wounds. And I also simply want to say to everybody out there, man, no matter what, man, no matter what, be patient and wait on God's guidance and direction. Trust and believe me. Out of all the doors that was open for me last year up until this point, I never expected it. Never. All the people that would sow seeds in my life, shout out to Power 98.9, DJ Not a DJ, over there, man, all of them at DNR TV, man, I appreciate you, man. Respect and salute. But patience, man, patience is the key. You got to be patient. You can't move too fast. Because I used to think, man, in my time, I used to think, bankroll was everything. But bankroll turned me into an asshole. Yeah, in my younger years. But patience, I've noticed and seen that patience allows you to not get ahead of God. Because when you do that, man, it won't turn out as powerful and effective as it could potentially be. So I just want to encourage everybody out there, man, today, just focus on patience. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Trust and believe that patience is the key. So if you're going to pray to God, make sure you wait on God. And that's 100% real to the roots. So till next time, man, respect and salute. We go.